Well, I guess we'll go talk to Teresa then. Since this time of day is supposed to be when we're supposed to meet up with Teresa and have a grand old time. In the evening. I should dress for the occasion. I lost track of where I was for a second there. Your cosmetic. I think you're one of the crappy items that's not as good, right? No, 20 charisma. Decorated riding boots. Nobleman's boots are actually better, aren't they? Ah, that's the better pants. Shirt from Stephanie. Yeah, the ring's actually low charisma. It's only 14 points. So it brings down the average, I believe. Nobleman's boot are 20. Riding boots are 18. That's higher. There we go. Dressed up like somebody who goes outside again. I have not been here for a while. Oh, right, behind the bushes. I'm like, where is the house that I came here for? Are they already in bed? They might be. Normally she's right here. Nope. Courtship. It's the evening now, so this should be the time. Unless it's already too late in the evening. Hi.
Be a bit more careful.
Sorry for opening a door. Alright, well that was you. You phased through me into space just now.
Hey.
Hi.
How about now? Fancy a walk to the town?
It's late now, but come by earlier tomorrow.
Alright. Now I'm too late in the evening. I mean... It's like almost 9 o'clock? I guess? So it has to be sooner than that. She said evening though, I think, last time. And this seems like the evening. Sun's kind of setting. Gotta figure out how their brains work on what their version of time is. He already in bed? He is not. There he is. Hey you, I got money.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Is that the case?
I hear you're able to open locks without a key. Will you teach me how?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
I hear you're able to open...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more about...
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Since it's you.
That's not enough. Agreed. Hell.
Ah. He phases through me. Come back here, I'm talking to you. Oh, he's in door mode, so I can't talk to him. Nah. They always nobody believes in... like... Oddly enough, in a time that is arguably of chivalry time, the go-to chivalrous thing people mention of holding doors is the #1 thing that does not happen in this game. No one has ever heard of holding a door for somebody. Wait, what? Oh shit, I clicked on the wrong thing. No, I wanted training. The training option went away, but it wasn't the... Hang on a second. Where's my lockpicking skill? Oh, I can't do the level 10 training yet. That's why it disappeared. All I have is rank 7, so I can just do the ranks 0 and 5. Alright, so I just asked him to teach me how to... That's pick locks. It must have been pickpocketing? I guess we'll see what that minigame looks like then. Sure, let's do that. Did not mean to skip that dialogue, but I thought I was doing my 3rd round consecutively of training lockpicking.
I'll stand here and pretend I don't know you're there. You try sneaking up behind me without me seeing you and take something from my purse. First, you have to rummage in the purse. The longer you do it, the better chance you have of finding something valuable, but also of getting caught in the act. Once you've found something you want, you've got to pull it out, carefully, but fast enough so I don't notice. Try stealing my dagger. It's there, mixed up with other things.
Oh boy. Oh hey, it instantly leveled up for free. Picking pockets is no joking matter. If you're caught with your fingers in someone else's purse, either by the victim or by a witness, they'll raise the alarm and you'll be pursued as a thief. In order to rob someone successfully, you first have to sneak up on them unnoticed, and then by holding A to begin pickpocketing. The first step is to grope around inside the purse by holding A. That's not easy, especially if your victim is on the move. The longer you can grope, the more time you will have to then select what you want. In order to then steal, you have to exceed the minimum time for groping, which you will recognize by the background of the rose changing color from red to green. The amount of time you have left for the second stage of stealing is shown by the number in the middle of the rosette. Keep a close eye on the color of the rosette. When it's light green, your victim has no chance of catching you. But as it starts to get darker and turn red, your chances of getting caught in the act increase. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here you've dipped your hand into someone's purse and you have to get it out with the loot before your time is up and you're caught. The place where you are stealing. What does that mean? Is the key icon is where I'm oh, the highlighted icon is what they mean. The yellow highlight. You leave via the door? Here is some item you have groped out. You can find out what it is using A. Then by pressing A again, you can steal it. It's pointing at the question mark ones. If you're an experienced pickpocket and expert on items, you fully learned the item expert perk, you can also see the properties of the stolen item. That's the dollar amount and then count and the durability and everything. Item you've just stolen. The one with the gold background. The outside border is the time that remains before you're caught. You determined how long it is by the time you spent groping. And then that ending point is the time you'll lose if you decide to steal the item in question. Depends mainly on the weight of the item. So basically you grope for a while, and based on how long you can do that, you get a big circular meter that counts down, which that counts down in real time, but also every item you steal makes you lose more of it faster. And you just try to grab stuff and go. This is different, I suppose. Also, Teresa's right there. Am I getting in trouble for her noticing? Well, that's convenient. Goodbye, Teresa. Goodbye, Teresa. I said goodbye, Teresa.
Hey!
Walk away. Oh well. She gave up because she was stuck walking into a wall, and then she's like, I guess I live here now. And then she stopped. Crouching Chameleon activated perk. Oh right, I have right, when I crouch and stand still, I have better stealth, which helps for right now.
Caught you!
How the
If this was
fuck?
for real, I'd be yelling for a guard. Try it again.
How the fuck do I get out of there? It's even further away this time. Go. No, oh my god. That's the fastest it goes?
For real, I'll be yelling for a guard. Try it again.
Okay, so you press left or right, you don't press the direction that it looks like on the screen. You just keep pressing left or right. Wow, so it's like super RNG where it's going to be from attempt to attempt. Okay.
That's the way. I hardly noticed you were there. I think you're ready to try it out for real. Best practice on drunks and sleeping folk, so you don't end up in jail before you even get started.
Thanks, Peshek.
Thanks,
You're
Peshek.
welcome. But I'll be having that dagger back now.
Hooray, he's a terrible influence. So I'm going to say, while pickpocketing is something that's... lockpicking is something that's easy to train without getting in serious trouble, that one, you'd be so constantly using it on people that, like, you're... That's a hell of a stat to try to get up without tanking the public opinion you have in every zone, unless your stealth is somehow already super high or something, I guess. Probably won't be doing that unless it becomes absolutely necessary.
Try unlocking this trunk.
Okie dokie.
Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out the tumbler. Got it? Good. Now turn the whole lock with the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler. You're a dab hand, Hal. Make something out of you yet. But remember, this trunk's only for practice. With real locks, you have to watch out for the pick. Try it a few more times if you like, but then good luck with the real thing.
There we go. And that's all the training I'm going to be able to get from him. Does he sell things? The main thing is I just wanted to get, when I did pickpocketing, it gave me a skill up, so I just wanted to see if that would give me any experience with pickpocketing, lockpicking, so I just thought I'd do it real quick.
What am I to do with these things I pilfer? No one will buy stolen goods from me.
Buying and selling stolen goods is a crime. But if they're worth something, I can make sure they're, properly cared for. Not that I'd buy them from you, but I could, store them for you. And you'll get some coin for, taking care of them before.
So if someone loses something, and I happen to find it, I can bring it to you to store, and I'll get groschen for it.
That's the arrangement.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that.
I don't know if I actually do it all, but I was curious. Ooh, the Rule of St. Nicholas. That's a book I haven't read yet. And a treasure map. I'll get that, and I'll get that, and I'll... Holy crap, how much do these cost? 14.6. That's not so bad. Let's stock up on lockpicks. There we go. Do I have anything to sell right now? Not necessarily. Currently paying 400. That's probably fine. I want a book.
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can try it. Aye. With that amount, I can be persuaded.
There we go. Got a slight amount of extra lockpicks, and by slight I mean like 20. Which at my rate of using them up should last a decent amount of time. Where am I right now? Oh yeah, now I recognize it. How's it? Sorry, wrong menu. Energy and nourishment. I need food. Hello, random weird pot of food I saw. I don't know who's yours. What? Whose are you? I'm not sure. There we go. Accomplished my goal of coming back here to get more lockpicks, and I got a dab of experience along the way too. Oh, we're here. I've never been here before. Huh. I didn't even know about here. Anyway, well, he's gone. Nope, nothing in it. This is my robbing place where I teach people how to rob people. It's actually got nothing in it. Whoop. Let's summon that horse up. I don't need to freeload around here. I got my own place. That's where we're going. Let's see, I suppose it's closest to the back door. So while we're wasting a little bit of in-world time, let's warp on over there. Yep. Yep.
God save you, Henry.
And I definitely remember where my house is. It's not inside the walls, right? It's like right outside, I think. Yeah, here comes the fun part. Where do I live again? Excuse me? Help, I'm lost. Do you know where I live? I think it was outside these gates too. Was it like right over here? Shit. I have a room now somewhere. Is it on the map? Huntsman. Nest. Archery range. Did they go and give me a place to live and then not consider the idea of putting it on the map so I could tell where it is? I guess I was supposed to just instantly memorize it. Which would make perfect sense in real life, where the idea of having a house that you live in is like super important and weighty, like, oh shit, I live here now. I'm gonna remember this. Mainly because I'll probably sleep there that night and every night for a while. But in this game, you would go on adventures across the landscape immediately and fly around everywhere, and it's been like weeks since I last had a reason to stay here. This is a private area, sir. Might be my chance to see. Can I do hard yet? Ooh, I can do hard now. That did not go well. I latched onto the wrong spot. A wimple. Hope nobody catches me. Why would that be unfortunate? Good thing I'm playing on PC. I can't even imagine doing that mini game with a controller. Well, I can't imagine because I tried it. It was impossible. It was like hot bullshit. It's incredibly easy with a mouse once you understand what the fuck is happening, which admittedly is the first hurdle that's like next level weird. I mean, if no one's gonna come home, I could just sleep here. Which seems like a very real chance, because it's already midnight. The chop house. That's fine, I'll be a squatter today, I'm not afraid. What was I hearing? I swear that door sounded like a cow or something. Was I imagining that? These are nice, comfortable beds for me to sleep in somebody else's house. I'm Dorothy, not Dorothy. Dorothy? Red Riding Hood. I'm like, Dorothy? That's not correct at all. The Rule of Saint Nicholas. Also, there's map 12. A tie down to some place. I could probably find that, maybe. The Rule of Saint Nicholas. Oh. Ooh, it's a pickpocketing. I didn't realize it was a skill book. Oh well. I'll study a skill book. It'll be very quick and easy, apparently, to max out. I thought it was a reading book, and then I was like, ooh, a skill book, I'm excited! And I'm like, oh, it's the skill, it's the one skill in the game I'm probably least likely to level up a lot. What is making that cow noise? It's freaking me out. I don't know where it's coming from, and it's worrying me. Who's making cow noises in my ears? Am I out of books yet? Nope. Not at all. To the chagrin of some. On Lebius and Premisil, maybe? Krok, ruler of the Bohemian tribes, has been blessed with 3 daughters, Katsi, Teta, and Libius. Katsi possessed vast knowledge in all matter of flora and herbs and was wise in the arts of healing. Teta, above all others, worshipped the gods and goddesses and made unto them all manner of sacrifices. And the last daughter enjoyed great favor and respect, for wisdom and reason did serve her well, and having been endowed with the power of soothsaying, oft did look into the future and make prophecies. When old Korok, I want to say Korok from Zelda, for when old Krok died, it was she who sat upon the throne and ruled wisely, for she could resolve conflict with her esteemed reasoning and bring peace to all aggrieved parties. It was a time of abundance and equality between all. However, her rule went against the will of many men, for as is told, long of hair and short of reason, the shame be upon men who are ruled by a woman. Libius, suffering many, great pangs of sorrow, convened a great congress to which she did invite her sisters and the elder rulers from throughout the land, and she did say unto them, you do not appreciate freedom, and for you it is a great shame for a woman to rule over you. Thus I shall give unto you a voivode, a man, upon condition that you listen to my words and heed my advice. The joyous rulers from throughout the land did swear to heed her words, and she did order them to place saddle upon her steed and allow him to go whither he may roam. At this place shall they lay eyes upon their new voivode, a plowman, who shall be driving a team of oxen. And it did happen as she had foreseen, and the horse did truly lead them to the plowman, who bore the name of Premisil. They said unto him, Princess Libius, and all of the people of the Great Czech hereby do entreat you to come with us and accept the rule that fate has bestowed upon you and your descendants. And in reply to the messengers, Premisil did say, it is regrettable that you have come to this very morning, for if I could finish plowing this one field, bread would be had in great abundance for all time. But alas, you have disturbed me in my task, and this land shall oft know great hunger. So this is just total nonsense fairy tale storying at this point. And then he said unto them, I shall repeat the words that Libius had said unto you. As you did not desire to heed a girl's advice, now it shall be my lineage that rules over you with an iron rod. Thereafter he traveled with them to Libius, those whose fair hand he took in marriage, and for many years ruled wisely and well. After him his sons ruled in his stead, and thus was established the great and esteemed Premislid dynasty. What a weird footnote. They're like, by the way, this dynasty was established under the premise of dooming an entire... Can this not be equipped? What the... That silver ring isn't an equipment item? What? Okay. Like, why is that not equipped? Why? Weird. Get that charcoal out of here. Boreas key is irrelevant at this point. Weird. That's just strange. Alright. That was all a weird fantasy thing. At first I was like, yeah, sure, I can buy into this. Because I'm used to hearing about weird things about fate determining stuff, so I could almost buy them being like, and we determine the next king via fate, because it's a chance to have God speak or something. But the moment he's like, if I just had one more day to plow this land, they would have infinite food, but now they're going to have infinite famine. I'm like, the fuck? Like, oh, okay, this is a dumb fairy tale. Or a made-up story about that, or it's like real history, but it's a made-up story about real history, like their own written, like, self-created. It's usually like self-created legends about themselves. Usually what they're going for. A fictionalized version of their own history to make them all hype and important and legendary. And so of course they'd be like, I'm so important that on top of my important dynasty that's so great, but if I had stayed there, I would have been an infinitely good farmer too, because I'm so great. Have I mentioned I have a dynasty? So retellings of my own history are how do you say bullshit? Reminds me of stuff from The Witcher though. I finished reading The Last Wish and now I'm reading The Sword of Destiny. So I'm going through the Witcher books a bit and there's a... I'm sorry, was that chicken walking without walking? Oh, now it's walking. I think when I went by the first time it wasn't walking with its feet. It was just like sliding along the floor, which is a trip to see. It's trying to run people over. Hey, horsemanship's up. But there's a really specific story, specifically involving Emmer von Emrys and Ciri in the first book that has a heavy emphasis on this premise of like just making weird grand claims towards random chance. Essentially, you just make a prophesized style claim and then in massive changes about the future of your world and who will rule and who will be owned by who and stuff happen as a result of those kinds of gambits. So I wasn't really questioning the horse will just find somebody to rule part. that was the significantly less weird thing. Hey, Radzig, you get around. I mean, I'd expect to see you here. It's just he spends as much time covering great distances across the map as I do. I'm also on the wrong floor again. Let's get back upstairs and check every floor one by one or something. Oh, there's only 2 floors. Well, above the bottom one. See here? Is that home? Whoa, you can't even open it anymore. That's where all of his stuff was. It's like an inaccessible location now. Freaky. Close the door. Why aren't A buttons working? Hi. Don't be suspicious. Oh, is it because he was planning on using this door or something? No one saw that. Not one bit. Anyway, what's in here? Ooh. I haven't read a book about Wenceslas yet? Weird. You'd think that would come up pretty early on. But my lockpicking skill went up. Oh, pickpocketing has a perk to spend. Comrade. Increase your chance of pickpocketing someone with the same charisma level as you have. Such people are usually dressed similarly to you. What? Looting corpses, you'll find more money. Yes. Hey, that's relevant to what I do all the time. As opposed to me getting better at pickpocketing, which I don't think is going to happen. But I'm certainly not going to fucking dress like every person I'm trying to rob. That sounds like an incredibly huge pain in the ass on top of how clothing already works in this game. Are they joking? Like, seriously though, how do I wash my sword? I don't think this is a crazy thing. I'm just like, I don't know. My swords are always covered in blood, and I don't know how to wash them. When I wash the rest of my body, the sword is not included in that. And I feel like it's never been mentioned until now. Read? Evan Dane Lindsay. How am I reading? Alexander Blomquist. How am I reading these? What? There's no text to read. Weird. The fact that you can magically materialize a word by looking at this, I wonder if these are historical figures or if these are Kickstarter backers. Because I could see both of those being the case if Kickstarter backers were like just sort of thrown in there. Ah, hi, how do you do? Haven't talked for a bit, have we? Radzig?
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
You kind of brought yourself to me, honestly.
May I be of service, my lord?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Feyfar has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The chief engineer? Is it about Skallets?
In a manner of speaking. Master Feyfar has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Skallets mines.
Can they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. Well, everything except a man. You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Feyfar. For the time being, consider yourself his handyman.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? Now that's a good question. He went to Sasau to deal with something there. Most likely at the inn.
Well, thank you. I'll go and see him straight away.
Good luck, Hal.
What a coincidence. That's exactly who I'm here to see also. Is he not around here, by the way? Hey, nobody looking here real quick. Shit. There's a guy right there. I want to level my skills so I won't have any more parts where the game blocks me based on it. Although I have access to hard now, that might give me the ability to do some of the stuff I couldn't do before. That'd be nice. My save file just says pickpocketing. It's like they know. Actually, no, they don't know. I'm not currently pickpocketing. How well will he be able to hear me through the door? My skill's pretty high now. Sir Radzig's hood. I think he would notice if I ran around dressed as him. How do people magically know when items are stolen, by the way? They don't know when money's stolen, and that's an item you're stealing. I guess they recognize it somehow, but like, how? You go to a different town in town, they're like, that looks stolen. Unlike that other stuff you got off of corpses. That doesn't look stolen. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? It still says it's right here. Tobias Feyfar. But now I have 2 quests saying, go talk to that guy. Is he outside? Well, I don't think I tried the bottom floor, technically. I'm used to nothing being there. Oh. Can I get in? Nope, don't pickpocket. Talk to. You can't talk to him. He's got a box. I mean, Oh. Oh. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Yeah. Where are you looking? Okay. I guess they made the door stay open. You're not allowed. It's locked, but it doesn't say that you're trespassing when you come in here.
Good day, Henry.
Isn't that interesting? How I'm not trespassing right now, according to the game.
Jesus!
Now I'm trespassing. Is she gonna open that door in a second? Is that where she's going?
It came from over here.
It was closed a second ago, wasn't it? Or no?
Hey!
You're not a Feyfar. Where's Feyfar? I need to talk to Feyfar.
Be a bit more careful.
I must have imagined it.
Listen, I must have imagined it. I walked through you, lady. Lockpicking's up to 8 now.
God save, Henry.
What was that noise? Can I just close this real quick? They'll never suspect a thing. Ha ha ha. Is he coming?
Hey, who's there?
How does everyone always know where I am? It's spooky. I'm gonna go this way. Oh hey, it's outside. This is also a private area? Hi.
Hey, you. What are you doing?
Should I leave?
Fuck off before I lose my temper.
Sorry. Oh, this is the outside road that lives. I've seen that little spot before. I didn't know this was the outside way that led there. Where does this go? Is it just a spooky cave? Oh, it leads down to the water. This must be where the servants get water for the castle? Or something? And it leads up through here. And this is where... I'm back on this side of the road now. I'm learning things. Hooray. You know what I'm not learning? The location of that character I'm looking for. Tobias Feyfar. Let's check the other quest. The Silver Mines one. The King Silver also points me to Tobias Feyfar, who is also still here. I must just be missing him somewhere. He's apparently here. How high is my noise stat? 46. That might be why people see me coming all the time. The guy's gone. Oh. I can do very hard now? It didn't say it was too hard for me. But where's Feyfar? Shit. Well, Noah can see me from here, right? Let's give very... Ha! Hi. You don't see me.
Fooling around here for? Be off right. Are you looking for someone?
His dialogue overlapping. How you doing, Henry? You get out of here! Are you looking for someone? No, he couldn't finish any of the lines of dialogue because he was too busy with all the other lines of dialogue. And now he's gone again. Good thing I'm not a criminal or I'd get in trouble for this. Nailing it. Where'd he go, by the way? Holy shit. He like just peaced out. Hi there. I would like to leave this now.
What are you doing here?
Don't worry, I'm back where I'm allowed to go. I'm allowed to be here. Don't look at me. Does this poor guy just keep quickly. Before he looks. Gonna come sneak up on me. Or not? There he is. Hi. You don't see me though.
What the hell? Be a bit more careful.
Hee. I'm systematically opening every door around here. You can't stop me. Quickly. Do. Oh, messed that up. There we go. Get that skill up. I think sneaking might be bullshit in this game. I feel like whenever I sneak, somebody from 50 feet away will be like, "What's that noise?" and sneak up and come after me. But if I'm just walking around normally, even in a trespassing location, nobody does anything about it. They only react if I press the sneak button, which ironically seems to make me way less sneaky. Like, pressing the sneak button is apparently the most conspicuous button you can ever press, even when no one's around to notice. And then they come from several rooms away to come get me, because apparently then... That's too difficult? It's very hard? I thought I could do very hard now. I can. Okay, so there's more difficulty... There's more delineations of difficulty in this game than what the game calls easy, hard, and very hard. Are there medium locks in this game? I feel like I've never seen a medium lock. Only easy, hard, very hard. Like it skips. Not really interested in anything there. Yeah, that's too difficult. Okay, I've been walking around like a lunatic here and I've been lockpicking everything and been super suspicious, right? Now let's try sneaking. I'm just curious to see what happens. Is it going to happen again? Not this time, perhaps? Not this time. Alright. I am still convinced, though, that, like, the game freaks out the moment I start sneaking in situations where I can get away with not sneaking just as easily. I think the sneaking button has only really helped me in the context of, let's go murder that guy. Is that my house? No, that's where they keep the pig. That's where the pig lives. I'm trying to remember whether the place I live in is by the other castle area or this one. Because it might be this one. Stat grinding. They call me the grinder because, something about gay dating app. I couldn't really connect that joke. Oh, is this where I live? I think this is where, yeah, it's not even locked. Yeah, this is where I live. I was looking at the wrong walled off area. It was here. All I remembered was leaving the house and then walking through a gate. I don't spend much time around here. Yeah, can I ask you where the engineer is, please? Jaroslav, where's the engineer?
God save you. What can I do for you?
Oh, he just teleported across the whole hallway and now I've got a tilt shift thing going on.
And another thing.
Oh boy. Never mind.
Thanks.
Anyway, you do you, teleporting man. That's very hard. I'm not going to be able to open that with all the people around here.
What
the hell are you doing?
Henry.
It says he's like right here. So it's not this floor. No one will suspect a single thing. Especially if I go real fast. Ooh, that one too? Haven't done one of those before. Ooh. Ooh. Neat. More books to read. I can't wait to read books. They're so exciting. Lockpick. Why do you have lockpicks around here? Wait, but that was also Sir Radzig's shirt? How many places does Sir Radzig hang out in?
Good day, Henry.
Maybe it's a laundry location. No one's coming. I can't really pretend I'm not stealing things. Because I am, of course, taking money. I should probably be worried, because somebody definitely greeted me a second ago, so you'd think that I'd be getting caught while I was stealing, but I didn't? Those reasons?
What was that noise?
Could lockpick that, but people are gonna get me. What's your name? Janik. Also not the person I'm looking for. I feel like a lunatic because, like, where else could I even check? Townsman and... Townsman. You guys aren't people. You guys are just generics. I might have to look up where this guy is, because, like... Is that him? Tobias! Were you sitting there before? Everyone's here now. You guys weren't all here a second ago, were you? But the map was saying to come here, I think.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Master Feyfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. It turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
God save you, Henry.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins, then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. But this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognise the hand. It's the Clement of Caplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
Master Feyfar, Sir Radzig sent me to you.
Did he? He must think highly of you.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important. Silver's our most valuable asset.
How can I help with these, evil forebodings of yours?
Sir Radzig may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skullets mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would be quite a job, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks. See what kind of state it's all in, and if anything looks suspicious.
Is that the yard next to the Skullets mill?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock of charcoal and smelted silver there.
A silver store? Could there really be any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
What about these waterworks? What's there?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver, it'll be right there.
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing that pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzig can rely on me. That's all clear. I'll get going.
I found all of them. And it only took a bit of gaslighting where I was totally in here and I swear they weren't here. I swear they weren't here, right? He might have been pulling some nonsense where every time I tried to find him, he was like changing floors while I was there and disappearing into different locations. You know, I've just been going all over the place. I still really wish that the game's waypoints would tell you whether someone's above or below you like many games do. Especially when they're in a multi-story building. I mean, pretty much only when they're in a multi-story building, really. Which is where many of the NPCs like to hide out. My armor's gone all poopy again. We can't let my armor be poopy. I have done it.
Find it nowhere else.
He wants me to go to Sasau and Skalitz. Still says wait until the situation clears up. I assume that's still a work in progress then. The way out in the back is where all that stuff's going on. Let's save first, just in case, and we'll go right up to Skalitz again. We make a lot of long trips across the map. You know you're going somewhere really far away when the fast travel screen still takes like 2 minutes to get there.